Good morning. I've got my oven set on 350 and I've got me 2 things of cream cheese. We are fixing to make a delicious pineapple cake. So you're going to love it. But this is supposed to be kind of warmish. So what I'm going to do is just sit there. I took the wrapper off of it. I'm just going to sit it in here for about 3 or 4 minutes just to kind of get the chill off of it because I just got it out of the refrigerator. All right, so we're just fixing to cook it, and I want you to be with me, so let's get started. I know y'all noticed that my face is looking a little better today. Hey, I took me a good bath with this last night and just let it kind of sit on it. And then I just put a real soft cream on it, something that wasn't strong, and it looks a lot better today. It's still a little bit on the bad side, but it's getting there. I took these 2 bars on the trip with me and just left them in this bag, put it in my suitcase. And I used it the whole time I was gone. All right, so now we've got us a 9 by 11 pan right here, and it says to grease it. So I'm going to do it. And where am I reading this from? My recipe book. I grew up with this cake, y'all. It's the kind you can make ahead of time. And listen, with 4th of July coming up, you're going to need some desserts. And this thing you can make 2 or 3 days ahead of time. And you'll be good to go. And then on the day of the 4th of July, you'll have all this little extra time to get prettied up, put on your red, white, and blue, won't you? All right. I also took these things out of the oven. See, they're a lot softer than they were. Ooh, they were hard. Hard. So we got it greased. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make this pineapple cake. And it's in my first cookbook. And here's the picture of it right there. And you see that pan? That's that pan right there. And so anyway, we're going to make it today. So you're going to need a yellow cake mix, a box of yellow cake mix, whatever kind you like. You just get that. And we're going to do it just like the recipe says. So let's get over here in the window. Okay, I think you can see my mixer pretty good. We got our mixer and got our beater in here. And we're going to go right by the directions on the cake mix. And then we'll do the other part, okay? So here is a yellow cake mix, whatever kind you like. Put it in your pan. It calls for 3 eggs. Well, y'all, these were given to me, and they're double yolk eggs. So I don't know whether to use 2. You know, I'm kind of debating on that, of what to do. So I'm going to look at them. I picked out the smallest ones that were in the batch of them. And so let me look and see how they look. They said to use 3 large eggs, and that's 1 right there. That's 1 egg, but it's a double yolk. So I'm gonna put it in. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in. What do y'all think I should use? 3 eggs or just 2? I'm kind of thinking 2. You see there? Because they are mighty big, aren't they? Let's put this other egg up. I'll have it tomorrow for breakfast or something. All right, so we've got our supposedly 3 eggs in there. You're going to have 3 large eggs. I got 2 double yolks. We're going to need a cup of water and a 1/2 cup of oil. But, and that's what the recipe calls for. I don't have any oil. I'm out. So I'm using a 1/2 cup of butter. Same thing, probably be better. I'm going to mix this up. We're going to put it in our pan on 350 degrees, and let me see. Well, how long to cook it's on this, on the box. Let's see what it says in that kind of size pan. We're going to cook it about 25 to 28 minutes. Listen, y'all, when you're cooking a cake like this, you don't overcook it. You can tell when it's done. Don't just leave it in there and let it get dried up and crusty. You want it to be nice and moist. So the longer you cook it, the drier it is going to be. So don't do that. All right, we're going to, let's see, we're going to blend it here for a little while. Beat with our beaters on medium speed, about 30 seconds and about 2 minutes more. Okay. I'm guesstimating. That's about medium speed. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here with me this morning on Cooking with Brenda Gantt on Facebook. That's the name of my show, Cooking with Brenda Gantt. And the little blue circle and the little white check mark inside of it, that's my page. That's the real page. So if you're watching this morning and you look up above it and you see what I just told you about, then you're with me. You're with me. All right, that's enough. Let's get our pan out. What did I do with it? All right, we're gonna put this in our pan and we're going to pop it in the oven until it's just so tender and good. Y'all aren't gonna believe what goes on top of it. Of course, you will if you've got this recipe book, because it's on page 42 in the first one. I'll put you a link in there. All right, let me clean this off. When y'all were little, did you like to lick the beaters? My mama always let us do it, the pan too. I always enjoyed it when she was making a chocolate cake. I love that chocolate batter. Now my Anna, my daughter-in-law, she loves yellow cake. That's her favorite. You could just make this and not put one thing on top of it and she would love it. She loves yellow cake. That's one of her favorites. And she is an excellent baker, Anna is. I'm telling you, her cakes look like they came out of something really fancy. She can make the prettiest birthday cakes, party cakes you've ever seen. Best I know of. All right, here we go. My cakes, somebody asked me one time, they had a 50th wedding anniversary, and they said, can you make a wedding cake? I said, no ma'am, I cannot. I said, I can make a delicious cake, but it won't look like a wedding cake or an anniversary cake. So they decided to go with me anyway. I made the chocolate torte, and I made 3 of them, and I put them on a long, skinny board so that when you cut it, everybody had a slice off of the board. It was really pretty. All right, I'm going to spread this around in here a little bit. Make sure it goes over to the edges. This is a refreshing cake, and it will be delicious on the 4th of July. So I'm showing you ahead of time so you can know what to make. You can put this little jewel in the refrigerator, and you just don't even have to worry about it. And just drag it out. Okay, let's pop her in the oven over here. And we're going to let it cook about 25 minutes. Then I'm going to show you what goes on the top of it. You're going to love it. Yeah, my face does look better, I can tell. I got a little spot right there and stuff, but it's much better than it was. All right, let's let it cook 25 minutes, and while that's doing, I'll get our stuff out for our topping. All right, now I'm going to show you the topping that goes, a part of the topping that goes on. We're going to make part of the icing, but we're going to put pineapple too later. So you just stay with me. We're going to get this done. All right, we're going to have 1 cup of sugar in our mixer. And I've got these 2 softened cream cheeses. You remember a while ago when I got them kind of soft in the oven? It mixes up so much better and smoother when you do this. These are your regular size cream cheeses. I don't ever open a package of this that I don't think about my big mama. Lord, she loved cream cheese. She loved it, I'm telling you. She liked it on crackers. She liked it plain. She loved this stuff. I don't know when cream cheese was invented or when they started selling it. I know my mother used it for years, so I don't really know. Y'all always get this off at the end and eat it with your finger. I do. Waste not, want not. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm glad to be back home in the country. I have seen old crows out there this morning. I threw out some potatoes that we fixed the other day. I fixed way too many, and I threw that out, and the crows came and got it. I saw them taking them off. I guess they'll eat anything. Anything at all. Oh, and yes, by the way, I'm going to tell y'all a while ago. I know what y'all ask, so I try to think of to answer everything. I'm going to put the thing in there for the cookbook. If you didn't get it, there's no reason why you don't have a cookbook other than you hadn't called or hadn't texted or whatever the Hoffman Company, and I'm going to give you that link. So do it. All right, let me turn this on. The other thing is that some of you are saying, well, your face looks better today, but you've got on makeup. Hey, let me tell you something. I do not have on makeup or a foundation. I don't have on any foundation. All I did was wash my face and put a gentle cream on it. Face cream. That's all I did, and I used this Amish farm soap. And splashed cold water on it after I got through. And then I did paint my lips, and I put on some eyelash stuff so that would show up a little bit. But and I put a little bit of reddish brown up here to add a little color because I wanted it to match my poison. But I don't have on any makeup or foundation or whatever you call it because I don't think my face could take it at this point. I really don't. All I did was that. And so anyway, it's a natural soap. So I'm going to put now a fourth of a cup. When this gets mixed up really good, I'm going to put a fourth of a cup of milk in it. This is whole sweet milk. I'm going to be careful. Y'all know how I spill it everywhere. You can't even see the mixer, can you? I'm sorry. I moved y'all around so much. There you go. Mix it up. Get some exercise this morning. All right, that looks really creamy. See? Okay, you got your sugar and your cream cheese mixed together. Now we're going to gently do this part because I don't want to spatter it everywhere. I'm going to turn it on first. Real low. It won't be long, our cake will come out. All right, now then, let's mix that in. Now we're going to get some whipped topping. And we are going to put half of this topping in it. And this is a 16-ounce container of whipped topping. And we're just going to mix it in gently, not beat it to death. I read y'all's comments the other day on my trip, and I noticed that I was in hollering distance of some of y'all. Y'all said, gosh, I just lived right down the block, or I lived whatever. But I couldn't leave those children to come and talk to y'all. I had a job to do. And I tried to do my best to do it. My job was to look after those children and make sure they came back safe and sound. And we did it. They came back safe and sound. All right. Now then, we're going to mix half of this in there, okay? Okay, that looks about half. What you say? Does that look about half? Okay. Gently fold it in here with your mixer. Just put it on low. And then I'm going to do this round in it too. Y'all, this cake is so refreshing. It is so refreshing. You are going to love it. There's so many good recipes in my first book and my second one. If you don't have it, you are missing out. You are missing out. These are simple but delicious recipes. All right, let's see. We'll get this off of here like that. All right, now we're going to put this right there. I'll probably lick it. I'm going to mix it in to make sure I got all that from the side. You know how it'll do on the side sometimes. I've got one of y'all sent me a beater that works really well on the side. I didn't get it out this morning. It pulls it from there. But just kind of do like that and you'll get it up. On any that's on the bottom or whatever. All right, that is ready. Let's see if it's ready. That is so good. I think I'm like my big mama. I like cream cheese too. All right, I'm ready to wash this thing, I guess. Put it over here in the washer. Rinse my hands off. All right, this is ready. Now, all we got to do now is wait on our cake to come out, and I'll show you the next step. All right, y'all, our cake is done. I stuck something in it to see, and I don't want to overcook it. So let me get you fixed so you can see real good. We're going to put a top on it. It cooked to 25 minutes, and I did stick it one time. See right there where I stuck it? Just to see. All right, here's what you do. Get you a sticker, a skewer, a fork, or whatever you got. Somebody gave you this, so I'm going to use it. All right, so, and you put holes all in your cake while it is hot. And it's hot. Well, it's 350 degrees. Just put them all in it. You're talking about it easy, but this cake is so moist and refreshing when you get that good icing on it. Don't leave out a spot. And here's the reason you don't want to leave out a spot. Because this is a can of crushed pineapple. It's your regular big old can, you know, like a little bigger than a soup can. And put your pineapple all over the top of it, juice and all. Just pour it on, just make sure everybody gets some now. I'm going to tell y'all something special about this spoon in a little bit. Something you're going to be surprised at. Well, you may not be surprised. Y'all are smart. Smart cookies. Now, you can do this. If you say you can't cook, you said, I don't know how to cook. If you're one of those young ones that say that, you can do this. You darn sure can do this. I know you can. I know you can. It is so easy. There's nothing to it. Whoop, I like to drop it, though. All right, now I'm going to spread my pineapple around a little bit in just a second. You got to make sure you get the crushed pineapple. That's what this is. Whatever brand you like. And move the pineapple around on it a little bit so that everybody's got some pineapple. Don't leave any. A lot of people, when they're cooking, I notice they don't even ever come to the edge. They just put all the stuff right in the middle. Well, heck, wonder if you're the first person to get a piece of cake. You don't get anything. Always think about the edge. Always think about the people who are sitting alone. Always think about when you're at a party, if everybody's got somebody to talk to. If not, get yourself over there and talk to them. Don't leave people out. Just because you want to have somebody to talk to. Don't do that now. All right, I've got it. I'm spreading it around the back of my spoon here. And you do this when you first take your cake out of the oven while it is still really hot, okay? Now I'm going to tell you about this spoon before we put the other topping on it. Because I got to let this cool a minute before I put that topping on. This spoon right here, I got at an antique shop. Okay, let me rinse it off so I can show you something. I got it at an antique shop. Now I'm going to have to pull you up close to me to show you this. So get up here. Get up here with me. Look at that. Y'all know that little hair right there? That's called baby hair. It comes in all the time. All right, here we go. Here's the spoon. I bought it at an antique shop. Did you notice the end of it? How this end is gone and this end is not? Let's say you've got a spoon that was your grandmother's or your grandmother's grandmother's. I mean, like really super old. And you inherited the spoon. And you don't know whether your grandmother was right-handed or left-handed. Well, this will tell you. This spoon holds the answers. You see how that's used up on this side? This is where your grandmother held this spoon and she stirred. And she scraped and she stirred. And therefore this side is gone. She was right-handed. She was right-handed. But if you get a spoon and this side is gone, like over here, right on this part, and she stirred and she stirred, then you know your grandmother was left-handed. Now, I don't know whose spoon this is. I have no idea. But I do know one thing. She, or he, whichever the case may be, was right-handed. I know that. So that's just a little trick I wanted to share with y'all today. You might see it better over there instead of in front of me. See, yeah, there you can. You see how it's worn off right here? I love, Banks told me one day she wanted to be an investigator. A crime investigator. I said, why do you want to do that? She said, I like figuring stuff out. But I think now she's changed her mind. I'm going to let this cool about 5 minutes now. We're going to put on our other topping and we'll take a bite. But while my cake's cooking, I do want to show you something. All right, this was my first book that I ever did in my whole life. This is it. It's going to be good, y'all. This was my second one. Linger Around the Table, y'all. These are two things that I think are important. I want you to linger around the table. I want it to be good. And something about both books is every single recipe, no matter where you turn, every single recipe has a picture of what it's supposed to look like. And it is a colored picture of what it's supposed to look like. So many times I read recipes in other books that does not have pictures. Beautiful colored pictures. This is the whole meal that I did right there. And this shows you, it's got great stories in it. It's got a picture on every page showing you what the dish is supposed to look like. See there? And there's all kinds of stuff in it. And then index, it'll tell you everything. And the back's pretty too. It's got a picture of my famous biscuit cutter. That one right there. That Chef Boyardee pizza can. It's 50. Well, now it is, let's see. We got married in 68. I guess it's 53, 54 years old. That's what I first had. This is my second cookbook. This is the picture at the Cottle House right there. That's that swing that y'all been swinging on. If you've been to the Cottle House, that's it. And it also has pictures of everything. That's the stuffed mushrooms on that. I love those things. But anyway, it's got pictures of how to, everything in it. And I also drew on the chapter of each one. I did a little artwork. I think you'll like it. This is the one I did on chapter 9, Picnic. And then I wrote a story about sweet summer memories. And here we are dancing around the fire. I'm not a real artist, but it was fun to do the cookbook for y'all and for my children. And I think that one day they'll really appreciate it. I had a picture of us actually at a picnic. It was a photo. And so what I did is I took the photo and I looked at it. That's Hannah standing right there, bent over the table trying to serve the kids. We went out to, all these pictures mean something to me. It's not just art. We went out to Lake Jackson in Florella, Alabama. They got a lake down there, and it's about 35 miles from here. And we took a big picnic lunch. We went swimming, and we had the best time, and it was just a good day. All right, I think our cake, I think I've talked long enough, and I think that our cake, let me show you the back of that one. See? I don't sell them in any stores, y'all. So don't think you can go to Amazon or wherever. These, you got to get them from Hoffman Media or from something like that, or at a book signing or whatever. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. They're $34.95 each, and they're worth it. I worked on a long, long, long time. All right, here we go. All right, our cake is kind of warmish now, but it's not hot, so we can put our icing on it. So what you do is you take all this good icing right here, and we're going to put a little clump every which way on it. Now, the best thing to do on this icing, I'm going to eat some in front of you today, but actually, it's better if you just leave it overnight in the refrigerator. Okay? And the next day, you can eat it. And this is why it's going to be so good for the 4th of July. Maybe you can put some red cherries or blueberries or whatever on top of this white. Then you'd have you a red, white, and blue cake. That cream cheese in there, though, is so good. Now, yes, I'm going to pull some over to the edge. I'm not going to leave off my people that are getting the edge of the cake. I'm not that unthoughtful. All right. The further I got on the trip, the further I got to the north, the less pickup trucks I saw. I thought, how do they do without a pickup truck? I can't do without a pickup truck. Okay, now you spread this around on here. Like this. You never take this out of the pan. This is served in the casserole dish. So don't take it out. I can't wait. My mouth's already watering. It's probably not going to come out very pretty because I'm not going to let it sit overnight. I'm going to eat it right now. I'm starving. I had a yogurt for breakfast this morning and a boiled egg. That's all I had. So this big mama is hungry. All right, let's see if I got it kind of even. I think I do. All right, now then, you take the rest of this Cool Whip that you had and put it on top of this. I had an 11 by 14 pan now. I'm kind of thinking I wish I'd have cooked it in it. But I didn't from a recipe book. I cooked it in... Okay. Let me spread it around. We're going to get us a spatula, and I'm going to make you jealous. I'm fixed to eat some of this wonderful, wonderful pineapple cake. Okay, let me get us a little saucer and a spatula. Where is my spatula? There it is. All right, here we go. Let's get us a fork. That's a spoon. Now, Brenda, you need a fork. Anyway, there's your cake. It's heavy too. And you're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it set up, as they say. Let me get all of it. ready to taste your cake? There it is up under there. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Now remember, do it the day before so it'll be nice and set up. Y'all like pineapple? I do. This proves it. I'm fixing to put some, I think what I'm going to do is stick skewers all in it and then put my plastic wrap over it so it won't touch my pretty topping. Y'all make you some of this. I don't know if you could put any other kind of fruit on top of it. I guess you could. I guess you could put peach and peach juice. I've never tried it, but it might be good. And you're saying right now, Brenda, you're going to eat that whole piece of cake right in front of us and not give us a bite. Here you go. There's you a bite. Take it. Take it. Enjoy, y'all. Love you. Y'all have a great day. It's pretty here in Andalusia. It rained hard last night, so today it's all sunny and beautiful. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.